And we were joined by none other than Chris Buescher, driver of the number 37 Scott Products Chevrolet for JTG Doherty Racing, and also the cinematographer for the YouTube video watched around the world. You know, your cinematography skills have been praised by all the drivers in this garage area. How much grief have they given you for getting those laps on the track and giving them an insight into this new service?
I'm not sure who posted it or how it got there, but I wish I had thought of that. So I was trying to help our team, not everybody, but it kind of worked out that way. But yeah, we were here right after the Vegas race for before they had lines on the track and just taking a look at everything. And I think Speedway did a pretty good job at paving it. It was extremely smooth. All the transitions seemed to be pretty good, and it was very wide. So trying to decide where to run in the pace car with no lines and not knowing where turns 1 and 2 will go once we get into practice here. It was definitely interesting, but it's gonna be a good time. I'll be a little bit curious to see who's going to be the brave soul that goes on track first today. It won't be me, but we'll kind of sit back and watch it and see how it goes.
Okay, we'll open the floor up for questions. We'll start with Bob and work our way around.
Bob Pockris, ESPN. Have a lot of drivers come up and talk to you about what you saw, or did they just rely on the video?
A handful. You know, it's kind of just come from driver intros. Everybody keeps asking me about the racetrack, and I didn't really. Nobody's really said what they've seen, and finally, I think last week, Matt DeBenedetto is like, "Yeah, I saw your video on YouTube. What else did you see?" And I was like, "Well, how did you find that?" But I guess I've been getting questions pretty regularly, and really, it's hard to say. I mean, what are you really going to learn in a pace car at 60 mile an hour that you're going to be able to apply? But just from seeing it, I think the video really tells most of what we can really tell right now until we actually get up to speed on the track.
We're going to go to your left to Drew.
Chris, Drew Davison, Forward Star Telegram. Come back to Texas, does it ever get old for you, and kind of what sort of memories do you have as a young kid coming here and then obviously now racing here once again?
It never gets old. It's always nice to come back home where it started. Actually, as we were riding in here, the Legends cars are practicing out on the 5th mile behind Big Hoss, so brings back memories really quickly there. Probably run thousands and thousands of laps on that little track, as well as the quarter mile on the front stretch here. And, it's always been a place that kind of grew up around a lot of people that are at the track, and, kind of get to see them still. We're just at a little different stage now. So for me, it's always nice to come back home. I got a lot of friends and family that'll come out to this race and camp out, hang out, and for us, it's a way to get back and see them. For my family, they're a lot farther away now than they used to be out in Prosper, but it's still a good opportunity. So I got to go see Dad and some of his friends, that aren't just a couple miles up the road here last night, and then my mom's coming in this morning, so we'll be able to see her for dinner this evening. So it is nice because we don't have very much time to go visit family during our year.
Okay, we're going to go to the middle to Chris.
Chris Knight, KidTrends.com. Chris, I was just curious, how important was that 11th place finish at Martinsville to you and the team?
For me, that was definitely the best we've run at Martinsville, and still pretty bummed we didn't get to qualify. I feel like we could have had a little better day yet, but for us to be able to start where we did. And be able to work our way up through it. Trent made some really good calls. Our car was really good through the second half of the race. And really before that, our first run wasn't quite where we needed, but we were able to work on it and get it rolling. And for us, it was huge for our point situation. It was huge to be able to get a good run. And, it was huge for JTT Doherty, not only for me, but for AJ to go up there and run, it was a 6th, I believe. So, that was huge for him as well to be able to make up all the spots that he did. And, for me, it's a place where AJ has run really well in the past and was really able to lean on him to try and figure that place out a little bit more and look at a lot of data as we were at the racetrack, and it just enabled us to go out there and be a little bit more competitive than we have in the past, and that was definitely big. We proved that we have a good mechanical grip in our race cars, and we have good speed in them. We just got to fine tune that as we go to some of these larger tracks.
Additional questions for Chris Buescher? Go to Mark.
Mark Garrow, PRN. Chris, you just talked about family, friends, and all that. At any point, is that ever too much? I mean, when you come to your home track, or have you ever been overwhelmed by the fact you're trying to make every friend and every family member happy on a race weekend?
Sometimes, it is hard because everybody's on their different schedules and trying to come in different times and all that. But it's not bad. I mean, we've been here in the past, and we've had very busy weekends, and because it is a home track for me, it seems like we do a lot more media obligations as well versus just all the other stuff with family and all. So it's a lot, but it's awesome to be able to do it. It's awesome to have enough people close enough to the racetrack that I do get to see them once or twice a year. And for me, I mean, it's a little busy, but it is nice to have something to do when we're in town. It's not just hanging out at the racetrack and being stuck there, not knowing where to go, who to see. Have plenty of options here, so it's always enjoyable coming home.
Additional questions for Chris Buescher? Well, Chris, thanks for the sneak preview of the new Texas Motor Speedway surface, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you very much.